Welcome everybody to another show. This is the second part of our Painting the Hydras by Wizkids games. These are for your Pathfinder battles, and we've got the 10-headed Hydra and the 5-headed Hydra. Let's get this in focus so we can show you what I've done so far. Nope, there you go, a bit better. There. So as you can see, all the ink wash has been added. I've painted some brown on the base there. Today we'll just be finishing off the tongues, and we're going to be doing all these nasty little eyeballs. Now snake eyes are quite simple to do, and I'll show you a nice, quick and simple way to do all these eyes on the show today. It absolutely looks fantastic. Now all the ink wash has dried. Hello Michelle, look what I've got in my hands. That sounds wrong. This one is for Michelle, by the way. This is Michelle's Hydra. Okay, and this is the green one. What I've done on the skin, if you see the skin, it's got a lovely effect on the skin. All I've done with the skin is added a nice soft tone ink wash by Army Painter. And I just went over the skin, and like I showed you in the last show, I took away the ink from the center with a tissue, and that looks absolutely beautiful. I've painted the base with a little bit of grey and added a black ink wash around the base. And again, I'll be showing you the eyes and the tongue today. Now I had a little accident earlier, so I'm going to tell everybody a little warning about the Vortex mixer. I had my nun oil, this one it was, and I put it onto my Vortex mixer, and the lid was a tiny bit open. Didn't realise. Put it onto the mixer. Ink just went whoosh. It's like one of those comedy shows. I was able to wash it all up, but I got ink everywhere. It's all over my bottles, everywhere. It's everywhere. Black ink wash, it just got squirted over the whole thing. Nun oil. Honestly, this is like the demon spawn. It's everybody's like favorite kind of ink to buy, but it's like it's always this one that causes the trouble. We all spill it. We all. Oh. Anyway, that's what happened earlier. I was not impressed. Luckily, I was able to clean up the machine and it's come up like new, so that's fantastic. But there's ink all over my workshop, over my table. Let me say hello to who's in the house. Scorpler, Hulk Reality, hello, the Bold GM, Michelle of course. Oh, Tommy's in the house. Awesome. Thank you all for showing up. It's actually getting darker quick in Scotland. It's almost dark, completely dark outside the window now, and it's just gone 7 o'clock. Okay, so I'll stop putting off the eyes now. Let's actually crack on. I think I'll start with the green one first, because that'll be something to move into. So all we're doing is we need to get these eyes as bright as possible. So that means we're going to be using some white acrylic paint, and like I say, I'm using Vallejo. You can use any company's paints for your work, for your miniatures. And I'm just using the detail brush by Army Painter. Thank you, Tommy. They are. I won't say that, but they are. They're fantastic minis. Absolutely love them to bits. Okay, I think that's in focus. Now these eyes aren't too bad, they're quite round, so I'm going to support myself and go straight in and just paint white over each eye. Now we don't have to paint right down to the bottom of the pupil, we just want that one. And that's perfect, that's all you need. We're just covering that center and making it a round eyeball. Now because we added that ink wash, we've already got a shade going around the eye, so all we're looking for is to get that white onto the eye and that's all we need. So again, I'm using both my hands to steady myself. I mean, these eyeballs are quite easy. I think the red Hydra is going to be a challenge. You got to be a I can't say that word. Contortionist. I'll say something like that. You got to move all your body in different positions to try and get to the place you want to paint. Contortion. I can't say that word. Oh my god. Oh, there we are. That's not being very good at English for you. Contortionist. Contortion. Sod you. Oh, excuse my swearing. I didn't mean to say that word. Yes, Mikey, you're live. You can't swear. There we go. Can you show us how you fix it when you get a big splodge of white on the face? Yeah, you just repaint it. I'm the helpful king. If you got a big splodge on the face, all you need to do is go over with that colour that was underneath the splodge of white paint. It might be a little bit tricky. For example, if I get some white over the snake here, what I'll do is I'll just go back over with my original colour over that white. And if it is white, you couldn't ask for a better colour to paint over if you've made a mistake, because it's a good colour to fix your mistakes with. You can just use it as your primer coat again. Exactly, Michelle. Yes. We all make mistakes painting, and the key is to not give up. Just go over your mistakes. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, but I love my hobby. I love painting miniatures so much, and I'm learning all the time. I mean, I've been painting over 30 years, and I'm learning from my goblins and from Twitter and everybody painting. I'm always learning all the time. So there we are. That's all the little white eyeballs in for this one. It looks actually quite nice like it is. But what we're going to do, we're going to add some colour to those. And of course I'll do the white ones on the 10-headed Hydra as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about HeroQuest. Everybody's like, uh-oh. Now, HeroQuest has just been released as a crowdfunding campaign in the USA. And it's not being released for us in the UK and the EU as a posting option. So we can't get hold of that game unless we pay a small fortune in postage costs. And even then we can't get it because they're not doing postage to this country. But my point is, and what I'm really confused about, is why is such a huge company like Hasbro doing a crowdfunding on these miniatures? There must be an explanation for it. But it's quite annoying because, I mean, I used to collect the Hasbro Star Wars toys. They never did a crowdfunding on the Millennium Falcon. They never did a crowdfunding on Let's Buy a Chewbacca, you know. But for this HeroQuest, they've actually got a crowdfunding on it. Now, some people have been talking to me. Oh, crowdfunding. I'm saying crow, am I? Crowdfunding sounds much cooler anyway. Leave me alone. Hey, I'm allowed to make mistakes. Yeah, so crowdfunding. Oh my god. I hate you all right now. Yes, Dover Cook, thank you for backing me up on this. I don't understand it all. I mean, I've been on Twitter, and all us in the UK and the EU. I mean, I grew up with Hero Forge. Oh my god, I can't even say the name. HeroQuest. I got the original game, and I love it to bits. I just don't understand why they've gone so like they have. I mean, I'll still get hold of the game, and I'm sure it'll go retail eventually, but they're not giving us the option to grab the game when we want it. I said I'd probably mention something about it on my stream because it's wound me up. It has, because what it is, the game was made for a UK audience when it first came out. I mean, my original board game, I've still got the original now. It was Games Workshop, MB Games, and it was on the UK telly, advertised back in '88. And I had it for a Christmas present, and it's one of the bestest games I've ever had, and it got me really into miniature painting. So the fact that we can't get it over in the UK was a bit of a kick in the teeth for us, because it actually originated from in the UK. So and I'm not complaining about that in general. I'm just annoyed because I wanted to get the game, you know. They've changed all the miniatures and everything. I'm rambling on, I apologise, I'm just going off on one. I'll be quiet for 5 seconds and paint these eyes. Michelle's probably like, concentrate on the Hydra, I don't want wobbly eyes. No, I think with a company like Hasbro, it is such a huge company. I mean, they do all the toys. They do all the Star Wars toys. They do everything. Why would they need crowdfunding for a board game? I know, like I say, a few of you said, I think Andy said it could be that they have to get the copyright from Games Workshop. I really don't know. But there's no excuse for not offering the UK or EU the game, I don't think. Definitely not. Definitely not. Right, I think that's... No, I missed one. No, there's one little eyeball there. Come here, you. There you go. Good. So there's all our little eyeballs on our Hydra. Yes, Dover Cook, all I've done, added extra. I added some soft tone ink wash to the body, like we did in the last one, and I've taken it off with a tissue, and it's given a lovely little kind of a leathery effect to the belly. And I did the same with the green one. It's very simple. It's just an ink wash, and I've removed with a tissue, and it's given that lovely effect. Hello, Mighty Lancer Games. Now, Mighty Lancer Games, going back to HeroQuest, Mighty Lancer Games should and will in the future probably have the game retail. So there is a blessing, and I know Mighty Lancer Games will probably try their utmost and best to get a few copies into the UK whenever they can. But again, it's a difficult one. Ink washes are a fantastic thing to overcook, honestly, absolutely fantastic. Okay, what we've got for the eyes today. Now we got some awesome colours. We got this fluorescent orange, which I thought I'd add to Michelle's Hydra, so there'll be her eyeballs will be all glowy, and we got lime green, which we'll do for the green Hydra. So these are our colours for the eyes today. But before we carry on with the eyes, I'm just going to add a little bit of this vermilion red onto my palette and make a little pinky colour up, just to paint in the tongues of these, of the Hydras. Just a nice bit of white there, a little bit of red, get it nice and pinky, little tonguey pinky. There you go. A bit more white. Well, just a light pink. Yeah, perfect. And what we'll do is we'll just paint in the tongues of these little snakes that are sticking out, and that's all I need to do for these. I don't want to overdo it. I just want the tongues to show up a little bit more. Very simple. Yeah, one little tongue. Just adding that little bit of pink just brings it out a little bit more. Hi Tal, how are you? I hope everything is okay down your end. I know this nasty little virus is picking up again, driving us all absolutely crazy up here. I mean, my Claire, I think she's been told now there's no going back to work to the new year. She hasn't even got a go back to work date. So, which is lovely. I mean, me and Claire get on fantastic together in the house. There you are. These tongues look amazing. That, with those eyes painted in, that will just finish it off absolutely beautiful. What a fantastic miniature. Okay, again we're going to do the tongues on this one. Again we use pink. I just add a bit more white and a little bit of red. Hi Nath. How's everything in Germany? I think is Umbro here as well? I know Umbro watches my streams and he likes to have a little chat with me privately. He's a great guy, old school painter like myself. Hello, Mrs. Touch. There's lots of people popping on today. It's lovely. It's lovely. I've got the valleys going there. A little bit of Welsh coming out of me. From the valleys. So which ones do you prefer? Do you prefer the red one? Do you prefer the 10-headed Hydra or the 5? Now, my personal opinion is they're both beautiful miniatures, but the 10-headed Hydra, in my opinion, is too busy. What I mean by too busy is there's too much going on. There's too much going on in that scene, as I could call it. It's a fantastic miniature, but I prefer the 5-headed one because it's not so busy. My way of explaining things might be a bit crazy, but it's just the way I explain things. Not so busy. Green, yeah. I mean, they're both absolutely beautiful miniatures. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. They're nice minis. Ah, Michael, I'm glad you came on. Michael Carroll's in the house. He's the guy who helped me start my business many years ago now as a miniature painter. This one is getting sent to you, Michael. You're getting the green one. Okay? The green Hydra will be posted to you. Let's see what he says to that. See if he claps his first. Alright, let's get these eyes done. Well, this show is to help you learn Dover Cook. So there's nobody judges anybody, and especially my Goblin patrons. We have our Discord channel, and they all show their miniatures, and there's not one person there will judge anybody's painting. We will help and encourage and give advice, but starting a hobby isn't a scary thing. It's a beautiful thing to do, and miniature painting is just absolutely amazing. This is a very, very fluorescent orange. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what we're going to do is add this to the red Hydra now. I'll use the small detail brush again and go back over the eyes. Now I'm hoping it'll be quite translucent as well, because I want to add... Well, that's nice. Look at that. That's a lovely... Hello. I've not tried this colour before, so this is a first for me. I just thought it would look fantastic for the eyes to go with the red. Let's have a see. Let's have a little see what it ends up looking like. Oh yes, that's nice. Oh, that's lovely and bright. There you go. That's nice. That'll work well. Go and get these eyes in. Sorry, I'm reading chat and trying to paint at the same time. What it is, I've been missing I've been missing a few people in chat because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. It's not easy to paint and chat to you all at the same time and read your comments, so you'll have to... I apologise if I do miss anything that people say. I don't do it on purpose. I'm really happy that you're all having a chat together though. And I hope these shows that I'm doing are helping some of you. Just even if it's just one little thing you've learned from my show, that makes it all totally worthwhile. Yeah, Tommy. I'll have a chat with you later, pal. You guys have no idea how much it means to me, you coming in doing this. It is nerve-wracking, but I feel like I know you all so well because I've known you for such a long time now, and it's so weird that my best friends are people I've never seen. That's one side done. Okay. Now the reason why you put the white behind this color is it will push out the color that I'm using. If I used black, this orange, this translucent orange that I'm using, it wouldn't glow at all. It would be very dull. So when you're using a very, very light color and you want it to stand out, we use white as a background. And it really pushes out the color. Very simple, but it works a treat. Calm down, Tommy, calm down. The strip tease. Oh my god, that would scare people away. You don't get more subs. Oh my goodness me. Strip tease. Don't make me laugh, I'm painting eyes. Oh my god. There you go. There you are, Michelle. I didn't mess it up. All the eyes. Lovely. All we need to do now is add our little snake eye for the center, and that'll be them sorted. Now let's move on to the green. Oh my god, stop it, all of you. I'm not taking my top off. Hey, Muse's Touch, we can do it together next week on the show on Saturday. Oh, this weekend actually. Thank you, Tal, for sticking up for me. Actually, Tal can't say anything. No, I'm not gonna. No, actually, I'm not gonna. No, this stream isn't for that type of chat. I will carry on painting. Tal. It's too easy. It's too easy to say things. There he goes. I have to control myself because the Dungeons and Dragons games we play in are definitely adult in language and variety. So I won't bring that onto the show. But they are absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Okay. Right, so. Oh, see, this is what happens. You all make me laugh. I used the wrong green. Oh, Josh, is that you? Oh my god. See, you're making me go all weird. Right then, oh, like I wasn't weird beforehand. Right, we got the right colour now. We're using, these are for the eyes for the green one, lime green. Let me drink some coffee and chill out for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. I hope everything is well for you. Always thinking about you, Josh. Always thinking about you, pal. Right then, let's get onto these eyes. This lime green works well too. I don't know if you can, yes you can see it well. I still reckon Vallejo, I've got the nicest smelling paint. There's like a sweet, yummy smell to it. Really nice. I mean, I don't recommend you all go sniffing your paint pots once you leave the show, but Vallejo's paint has got such a beautiful smell. I don't know if any of you, I might have mentioned this before, but do you remember back in the 80s? Some of you should be around the same age as me. Do you remember they had those pens and those little rubbers that used to smell of strawberries, and had the pens that smelled of strawberries and bananas? And you'd be walking around school with a handful of pens up your nose, sniffing them. And they wonder why us 80 kids are a bit messed up in the head, you know? I mean, I actually ate a strawberry rubber. I mean, it's an absolutely stupid thing. Talk about enticing kids to sniff stuff. I mean, putting it on pens. I mean, the 80s was a crazy time. It was very cool, but it was a crazy time. Yeah, that's right. They had whole sets of these pens and the rubbers, and they had all these different smells. You even had chocolate ones. I remember them. I mean, chocolate flavoured ones and banana flavoured rubbers. We're talking about erasers, by the way. I can hear Claire laughing. I can hear you laughing. We're talking about the rubbers you rub stuff out with. Oh my god! Stop laughing over there! Get back to work! Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Yes, we'll change the subject now. More Muse's touch is more like, do you really want to join me on the show next week? Oh dear me. Yeah, I tried to keep the show kid friendly. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. There we are. Look at that. Laughing and shaking, and I still get the eyes done. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Good. So there's all the green done. Woo. Yeah. Trying to keep it kid friendly is a nightmare, eh? Oh my goodness me. Okay, right then. Now we get to the last part of the eyes, and this is the finishing touch for the eyes, and then we'll move on to the base, and I'm going to call it a day on those because I think they're fantastic as they are. So let's get the pupils done. And for the pupils we need some black, So we'll get that little mix. Hello, hello Shank, hope you're well. I'll probably see you on Conan later. Be safe in the car. Loads of love to you. Okay, now for all the eyeballs. Now we're doing a snake. So the snake is super easy. It's even easier than doing a normal eye, because all you're doing is putting a black streak down the middle of each pupil, and that's all you need to do. So we just get a tiny little bit of paint on our brush. Oh dear, my goblins, what you all like. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Now we're going to the center of the eye and just a tiny little line there, done. See that? I don't know if you can see that. Okay, what I'll do is I'll do all the eyes. All we're doing is adding one little line down the center of the eye. And it's a very thin line. Let me see if I can focus in on it for you. There you go. Can you see that? There you go. Is that better? How's that? So as you can see, you've got the white, then you've got that lovely orange, and then you've got one little line going directly down the eye, and that's your snake. And we do that to all the eyes, and we'll do the same method on the green one. So there we are, that's it zoomed in. Absolutely fantastic. I think Michelle will be very happy with this. Okay, let's get the eyes finished. So like I say, each eye is just one tiny little line. You should be able to do it in one quick stroke down. The trouble is if you do it back and forth, you'll end up making a mess of the line. So if you can do it in one quick downward stroke, you'll get the eye in perfect first time. I've got 20 chances of making a mistake on these damn eyes. 20 eyeballs, that's just not right. There you go. Right, I'm going to do you reverse. There you go. Okay. Number 9. Number 9. Come on, Mikey, you got this. There we are, perfect. Right then, and let's work our way back. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 'I'm not going to carry on counting. I don't know what's after 5. 7, 8. Oh dear. There we go. what I'll do is I shall finish off the green eyeballs. Thank you, Mrs. Touch. For more naked Michael. That's probably why I got kicked. it's probably it's probably Twitch going, what now? What's going on there? Thank you for sub, Josh. Okay, and again, the eyes are just the same. We're going straight down the eye. Absolutely beautiful. These green eyes are a little bit easier to paint. They are a little bit more rounded. So what we're doing is we're just adding that stripe to the top of the eye and moving down a tiny little bit onto the center, to the center of the eye. All the snake eyes will be given a gloss varnish, by the way. Is that in focus? There we are. Yeah, perfect. Thank you for sticking with me through the blackout, as I call it. All these little errors are sent to try us all, I suppose. I mean, nothing is perfect in life, that's for sure. There we are. That was easy enough. So that's our... Let me just get this focus properly. What's going on here? There we are. So that's our two little Hydras. So what I'm going to do is quickly do the base. I won't add the gloss, I'll do that after the stream. I just want to quickly show you what I'm going to do to the bases first. Now, the bases I've already gone over with an ink wash. This one's got some brown. Now, I'm going to use up some of this green that I've wasted, and I'm going to dry brush that onto the base of the red Hydra. Just using a large dry brush. And all we're going to do is blast around the base. Just gives a little bit more colour to the base. And then we can start adding some flocking. And that'll make it really nice. Don't need much. Ooh, it's a little bit around the base there. With this stonework, don't need to do anything for that one. I'll probably put some cream, a little dry brush some cream on the top of that one. Now, what I wanted to do was, for the rocky looking one, I got these ones. These are your stick-on tufts from eBay, and they work really well. You just peel them off and just stick these on. They're all pre-glued, which is quite cool. I'm afraid I haven't got links for any of the eBay items, but you can get all these from Mighty Lancer Games as well. In different sizes, of course. So all I'm doing is just adding a few to the base, just dotting them around. One more just here. Perfect. just like so. So a few little added extras to the base, and we can add some more little bits and bobs to that as well. Now for the Hydra, we got these ones. Now these ones are from Army Painter. Now they're non-stick, so you have to add some glue to these ones to stick them on. Now you can use PVA glue, but as we are in a quick show, I am going to use some super glue, if I can find my super glue. There it is. So very quick and simple. I'm just going to add a few drops of super glue around the base where I want my little tuft. One there, one just there, one just there, one up the top, and one just there. Now you can either use tweezers, I did have some tweezers, or these little, I got some little tweezers. These are very good for sticking on your grass tufts without getting super glue stuck to your fingers. So just plonk that on. You can use the tweezers to pluck up the tuft of grass, make it nice and fluffy. On it goes, boom, fluffy, fluffy grass. I wonder if Tommy's had any fluffy grass. Okay. There we are. So we're just pushing up the grass. I'm sorry, I have to focus this out. Okay, last one. And we just add that to the base there. And we got some nice little tufts going around the base just to add a little bit more to the Hydra. I'm probably going to add some grass to that as well. In fact, we can do that now. I'll do that now. We've got 10 minutes. Hi Branto, hope you're well. Right, so I need a bit of my glue, one of my little blister packs. And I'll just need an old brush. And what we're going to do is, these tufts look fantastic, but it's always nicer to have, let's get some focus in here again. There we go, that's better. So what I'm going to do is just add some glue around parts of this miniature here. Just little bits. It just adds a bit more to the base. You want to keep the texture underneath. Plus, what you can do is, in certain parts of the miniature that you found very hard to get to the paint, you can actually put some PVA glue around these areas, and it can hide parts that were very, very difficult to get to, and it's a lovely way of covering like a mistake or anything you've done with that miniature. Michelle's like, what do you mean you made a mistake? What's wrong with my Hydra? I haven't made a mistake on your Hydra. Okay, so we've got some glue on this one. There's a tiny bit there. Now I'm going to add a tiny bit on top of this rock one as well. Let's go into camera. Move my thumb out the way. This also helps cover the lip where the miniature has been put on the base. It fills in all those little gaps. Very simple and easy to do. Okay, now then, we've got my 50-50 mix, which I love to use. This is leaves and grass flocking. Just mix it together. Mix it together with your thumbs and fingers, and all we do is we add that to our miniature. There we go. Put it on a. It's much easier if you put your miniatures on top of a piece of paper to catch the falling bits. I made that mistake in the last stream I did doing this, and I had bits everywhere. So all we're doing is covering the areas. Ooh, there we go. Give it a little tap off. And you got a lovely little base ready to go. And the same with the red Hydra. We're just adding that grass and leaves. Just put it onto the PVA glue. The PVA glue will set clear, so you don't have to worry about it looking white. It will go translucent and you won't see any of the white underneath. And there we are. Let's get this back out of the way. Right then, let's finish the miniature. And what we do just to finish these off is we paint around the rim black, just to tidy them up a little bit more. And for that I use a large brush, just some black paint. Yes, I'll sign the minis for you, Michelle, not a problem. Right, this is a nice little tip or trick. I don't know if many of you know. A lot of people paint the rims of their bases. Let me get some height. There you go. That's better. There's a way to paint your bases really fast. Because it can be a tedious job when you've got like 100 minis. So all you do is you get your paint and you have your brush on an angle and you work your way along downwards, and you will not make a mistake. You just go straight round nice and fast. You're keeping it at a 45-degree angle, pointing up towards the base, and you can just fly around the rim of the base without making a mess or ruining your base. There we are, and the base is all nice and neat. Thank you for subscribing, Mokai. And a perfectly nice and neat base. And we'll do the same with our red Hydra. Again, a very simple thing to do. Let me just get rid of some of the flocking that's coming off here. Just use your thumb to remove flocking. I wouldn't advise you blowing the flocking off because it will go everywhere. Normally I'd do this after it's dried, but I just want to show you quickly. So again, we're going on a 45-degree type angle and we're moving down across the base. This way you won't make a mess of your actual diorama or your base, and it's a very fast and quick way to get your rim of your base all nicely painted, fast and easy, without making a sloppy mess of the black around the rim. There we are, all done. There you go. So that's our 2 Hydras. Let's have a little zoom in. Let's see if we can get this. I hope you enjoyed this little show of the Hydras. Let's see if we can get some zoom focus. No, no. And there we are. 2 Hydras painted in our show. Absolutely fantastic.